Take some time now to settle the body. Make sure that you are sitting in a comfortable position and that your head and neck are aligned with the spine. The spine is straight. Shoulders are back and down but relaxed. Gently close the eyes and gently close the mouth. Place your hands on your knees in a mudra of your choice. And this class falls on the first day of Navaratri, which is a celebration of the goddesses. So 9 nights of the goddesses. And we begin with Durga. And so the class will be dedicated to Durga. And just to give you a little bit of background of Navaratri, so the 3 goddesses are Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. And so for the first 3 days, we focus on Durga. And Durga's around removing obstacles, cleaning things and getting things away that do not serve us, about transformation, and really just about being strong in ourselves and removing things exactly that do not serve us, whatever that might be in our lives. And then once we have that cleaning, on the 4th day, we then focus on Lakshmi. Lakshmi is all about abundance and not just talking about sort of monetary things, but living a very rich and fruitful life. And one of the key things with Lakshmi is to remember that we only own everything when we realize we own nothing. And so that's the key to abundance, understanding that we don't actually own anything. And then after Lakshmi comes, so the way our Guru describes it is Durga comes and cleans our room, and then Lakshmi comes and decorates our room, ready for the final 3 nights, which is Saraswati. Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, of music, of the arts. And so that's when we rejoice with our new knowledges, and we dance and we sing and we write. So all of the wonderful things about life we celebrate with Saraswati. And then on the 10th day, it's called, it's the victory day, and that's where we celebrate all the practices. So just a little rundown of Navaratri. It's celebrated twice a year, but I tend to observe it the second half of the year. And as we begin with Durga, the class will be dedicated to Durga, and the yoga Nidra will be all around Durga as well. So I guess the theme of the class is really to think about removing things that do not serve you, about trying to transform into who you want to be, and removing any obstacles in your way that is holding you back. So keep that focus for this class. And so we'll begin the class by first taking a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, release all the events that have happened for you so far today. And take a long, deep yogic breath in now. And as you exhale, release all of the conversations, interactions that you've had, and whatever form these may have taken, because there are so many options these days. It may be on the phone, in a digital space, in person. Just let them all go, release them all. And then again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time when you exhale, release any thoughts in your mind about anything you need to do after the class, any feelings of obligation, of chores or responsibilities. Just let them all go and allow yourself to have this time. There's nothing else you need to do right now but to be present in this moment. Return now to the natural breath. And in a moment, we'll move the awareness up through the body. And as we do this, please take careful note of any pain, irritation, or soreness you may be feeling at this moment and where in the body it is. Because what we'll do is when we begin the practices, Please listen to your body and only work within your range of movement. If something isn't right, please don't push it, just do something else, or even lie in Shavasana and visualize the practice, which can be just as effective. So move the awareness now to the soles of the feet, and then gently move the awareness up through into the feet and into the ankles, observing how you're feeling right now, and up through the shins and the calves, into the knees, and up into the thighs and the buttocks. Move the awareness now up into the torso, into the hands and the fingers, and up through the arms to the shoulders. And now gently move the awareness up through the back, focusing on each vertebrae as you raise the awareness up into the neck. And move the awareness now into the back of the head and the crown of the head. And now into the face, releasing any tension in the face. And then gently place the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. Together now we'll chant Om 3 times in Om Shanti, and I will chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our practices, respect to each other, so that we can all learn together without ill will. So breathing in now for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinadvadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And we'll begin the practices now. The practices in this class, the asanas, are going to focus on the back. So please lie down first in Shavasana, lying on the back with the legs at hip width apart and all tension released. And the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing up. Head and neck in alignment with the spine. And just release any remaining tension from the body, allowing the body to sink into the floor. So our first practice will be a spinal twist. So bringing the soles of the feet on the floor in front of the buttocks with the knees bent. And then either placing the hands behind the head, as long as the elbows can reach the floor, or put the hands out at shoulder height, whatever is easy for you, with the knees together. Inhale and then exhale, bringing the knees to the right and the head to the left, if that works for you. If the head it cannot move to the left, just keep it in the middle in a neutral position. And just allow the knees to fall to the floor. You can breathe in the position and just allow the body to gently ease into the spinal twist. And when it's right for you, inhale, bring the knees back to center and the head back to center. And then exhale, bringing the knees to the left and turn the head to the right. So complete 5 rounds or up to 5 rounds. And then when you've completed the practice, keep the knees, the feet flat on the floor in front of the buttocks. And bring the awareness to the spine area, just observing what's happening in there. And now for our next practice, hug the knees to the chest and gently roll across the spine from side to side. You may even want to try and do sort of a circular motion to sort of, it's like a massage of the spine. So complete 5 rounds in each direction. And after your 5th round, bring the feet back to the floor with the feet in front of the buttocks just to take a few moments to rest. And we'll do one more practice in this sort of position. So when it's right for you, again, hug your knees to your chest. And then inhale and then exhale. After you exhale, bring your nose towards your knees and just hold for the length of time that's right for you. And then gently inhale and gently put the head back to the floor. So complete up to 5 rounds of this practice. It's really important to make sure that you've exhaled before you lift your head. It just makes the process a lot easier. And when you finish your fifth round, again in your own time, fly back in Shavasana and just observe the effects of the practice. Now, the next practice, it can be quite strong for the lower back, but there's different variations, and I will show you those before we do it, just so you're aware of them. So it's called Makrasan, which is the crocodile posture. So lying on the front of your body. So you can either so you're lying sort of, you either have your toes together, that's fine, or the heels together, whatever is right for you. And then bring the elbows on the floor. They've got to be sort of straight. So you can either put them under the chin like this. So you cup your hands under the chin. If that's too strong, just bring them out to the side. So don't go back or forward. So make sure they're in line. But if it's too strong with the hands directly under the chin, bring them out to the sides. And that eases the lower back. And just inhale, exhale, and just allow the body just to sink into this position. It's a relaxation posture, but it eases the back. And now a counter posture for this is, so bring the hands on the floor with the elbows out, and we'll begin with we'll begin with the right side. Actually, I'll turn around so you can see, because we normally start on the right side. So bringing the elbows out, so hands on top of the other, turning the head to the right. You'll bring the right knee up and then try and bring the elbow, so you're turning the body, bringing the right elbow to the right knee with your head lying on your hands. Just go for where is right for you. This is called the flapping fish posture, and it helps to ease the back as well. So the last practice was quite strong, so this helps to stretch it on either side. Hold for your own duration and then complete on the other side. So I'll turn around and show you the other side. So actually bringing the left knee up, left elbow to left knee, and then the right leg straight. And then when it's right for you, come back into Shashank Asana, and child posture. So with the knees, the buttocks to the heels, hands either out in front with forehead on the floor, or you can always put the hands behind you with the forehead on the floor, whatever suits you. And again, this is another relaxation posture. And then when it's right for you, come to a sitting position, the base position, with the legs out in front of the body. And just take a few moments just to observe any changes in the body from the practices. So now we'll do rowing the boat. So again, just move within your range of movement. So making sure the spine's up straight. Bring the hands into fists at shoulder height. Inhale, bring the hands up straight, and then gently lean forward. You can bend the knees, that's fine, as though you're rowing a boat. So bringing the hands down beside the legs, and then inhale as you lean back, bringing the arms up again, and then moving forward. So complete up to 5 rounds in each direction, and just move as dynamically or slowly as you need. So up to 5 rounds in one direction, and then up to 5 in the opposite. So if whatever you do, just make sure you do the same number of rounds in each direction. So if you can't get up to 5, that's fine. But make sure you do, if you do 3, do 3 in each direction. And then just come back to the base position. We'll do one more practice sitting down, and then we'll move to standing, but we'll do a practice on the way up. So we'll do another spinal twist. So for this one, there are different variations as well. So you can, with your legs out straight, grab the right foot and put it on the outside of the left knee. So again, checking your posture, making sure you're sitting up straight. And then you put your right knee into your left elbow. So just and hugging it to the chest. Then with the right arm, bring it out straight and then behind the buttocks. And then gaze over that right shoulder. And just ease into it to where is right for you. We'll just do one round on each side. Another variation is with the left leg, you can bring the left leg around to the right buttock and then look over the right shoulder. And just hold. You can breathe in the position. Just hold. And then when it's right for you, gently ease out. And we'll do it to the left side. So bringing the left foot to the outside of the right knee, keeping the right leg straight or bringing it around behind the left buttock, sitting up straight, bringing the right elbow into the left knee, and then with the left arm out straight, bringing it around behind the buttocks and gazing over that left shoulder. Just feeling that spinal twist. And then release when it's right for you. We'll now gently move up to standing, but to do this, we'll do a position on the way up. We'll do head to foot pose on the way up. So get onto your feet and allow the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half of the body. And then if it's right for you, if you've got sort of some soreness in that sort of between your shoulder blades, grab each elbow, the opposite elbow behind your knees, and gently pull up, just so your shoulder blades are opening very gently. Hold for a few moments and release. Do this a couple of times. Again, just working with your own range of movement, just to open up the shoulder blades. And then when it's right for you, after you've done this a few times, gently roll up to standing vertebrae by vertebrae. So find steadiness standing. So make sure you feel balanced. The shoulders are back and down, but relaxed. Spine straight. Arms are loose by the sides. So we'll do 3 practices now, and then we'll move into Pranayama and Yoga Nidra. So we'll do, these are really great for the spine. So the first one is Tadasana, the palm tree posture. So clasping the hands together with the palms facing down, arms are straight. Find a point on the wall. It isn't quite almost a balanced posture, but it just helps to keep you steady. So firstly, lift the arms up above the head with the arms straight. And then come up onto the front of the feet, lifting the heels off the floor. Hold if you can and stretch right up like you're stretching a long rubber band. And then exhale, bringing the head back, the hands back to the head and the heels to the floor. Inhale, bring the palms up towards the ceiling again, stretching up through the arms, and then raise the heels, stretching up through the body. Hold for as long as you can, and then gently come down. It's easier if you bring the hands down first and then the heels. We'll do one more and hold this for a bit longer than the others if you can. So always begin with the hands first, raising up, and then lift the heels, stretching up through the body. And feel free to breathe in the position while you're up there. And then when it's right for you, bring the hands back to the head, heels to the floor, and bring the arms down beside the body. Next, we'll do Tiryak Tadasana, which is the swaying palm tree pose. So bring the legs a bit further than hip width apart. Again, checking in with the posture, bringing the hands putting the fingers like you did before in the last practice and straightening the arms, and then lift the arms up above the head again. Then stretch up in the middle, and then exhale, bringing the straight arms over to the right. It can help if you sort of slightly dig the left foot into the floor. You get more of a stretch up that left side. And then inhale back to center, stretching up in the middle. Exhale over to the left side. So complete up to 5 rounds in this way, and just ensuring that you're not moving forward or backwards, that you're even. Imagine that you're in between 2 sheets of glass to keep yourself straight. And remember to stretch up in the middle as well to help lengthen the spine. And then when you've completed the practice, come back into standing Shavasana. Feet together. Arms loose at the sides. Closing the eyes. And just observe the movement of energy around the body from the practice. Our final practice will be Kati Chakrasana, which is another spinal twist. So for this one, bring the feet about shoulder width apart, checking in so that you're straight. Then put the left hand on the right shoulder, wrap the right arm behind the waist, gazing over that right shoulder, feeling that spinal twist. Then inhale, bringing the arms out to the sides. Exhale, right arm to left shoulder, wrapping the left arm behind the waist, gazing over the left shoulder. So complete another 4 rounds. If you like to go slowly, go slowly. If you prefer to do it more dynamically, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that the movements are smooth and even, and that you're being mindful when you're observing that twist in the spine as you do it. And after your 5th round, come back to a comfortable sitting position, ready for pranayama, some breathing practices. So sit however is comfortable for you. And even if it's right, if it's easier for you to sit against a wall, sit against a wall. That's perfectly fine. The main thing is that you feel steady and comfortable. So closing the eyes, and just bring the awareness to the natural breath, and just allow the natural breath to regulate after the practices that we've completed. Just observe how the natural breath fills the abdomen with air, and then the chest with air. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And our practice for pranayama in this class will be Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So again, just checking in with your posture, bringing the right hand to the face, so the first and middle finger go to the eyebrow center. Put the thumb over the right nostril and then inhale through the right nostril. Cover the left nostril with your ring finger. Breathe into the eyebrow center. Exhale out of the right nostril. Then inhaling through the right nostril to the eyebrow center. Uncovering the left, covering the right, exhaling out of the left. So it's in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Just using your natural breath, but ensuring that it's not a shallow breath either. So it's a mindful, conscious breath. A breath that makes your abdomen and chest expand on the inhalation. And we'll be doing this for a minute or so. So if your arm gets tired, you can always support it, the elbow, with the opposite hand. And really focus on the inhalation to that eyebrow center. And when you next exhale out of the left nostril, release the hand and still with the eyes closed, just observe the natural breath through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. And release the practice now. Come back to the natural breath and prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So we'll be lying down in Shavasana and Yoga Nidra. So get whatever you need to be as comfortable as possible. Cushions, blankets and coverings, whatever you need, so that you don't need to move throughout the practice. And if you're wearing tight clothing or glasses or whatever you may have on, please remove them as well. And of course, if you do need to move in the practice, it's perfectly fine, but just move very gently just to try and maintain the peaceful state that Yoga Nidra brings to you. And so lying down in Shavasana, checking that there's balance between the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Ensuring that the legs are hip width apart, the feet are lolling to the side, there's no tension in the legs. If you need a cushion to ease your back, feel free to use it. Sometimes a cushion under the knees can help to relieve any tension in the back. and ensuring that the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing up. And you may even like to tuck your chin in just a little, just to check that head and neck are in line with the spine. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, allow your body to melt into the floor, releasing your body into the floor. Take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any remaining tension, particularly in the face. Release any expression in the face. Unclench your jaw. Unclench the muscles behind the eyes. Just let it all go. And begin to feel the contact between the body and the floor. So beginning with the heels and the floor, and feel the back of the legs against the floor. Feel the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back against the floor. And feel the backs of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the shoulders and the neck against the floor. And feel the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all these different points of contact collectively make one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware now of sounds and listen for sounds way off in the distance. Don't try and identify or name the sounds. Just move your awareness from sound to sound as you hear it. And now move your awareness to sounds just outside the room that you're in, taking the same approach, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And move the awareness now to sounds inside the room that you're in, moving the awareness from one sound to the next. Move the awareness now to sounds inside your body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move your awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. A Sankalpa is a short statement of something you would like to achieve, often stated in as though you've already achieved it. So if you have a Sankalpa, please mentally repeat it 3 times now. If you don't have one, leave some space because often it can emerge on its own. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. So listen to my instructions. And when I say a body part, place your awareness there. Mentally repeat the name of that part and visualize that body part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. We'll now move to the left side of the body and the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And we'll move now to the back of the body, beginning with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now around to the face, beginning with the forehead and the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest. The right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel. The right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin. The whole right leg, the whole left leg and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Return now to the natural breath and observe how subtle the natural breath has become. And observe the rise and fall at the navel in response to the natural breath. We'll now add a visualization to the natural breath. So when you inhale, you're inhaling healing light, golden healing light. And when you exhale, you're releasing any pain and discomfort. Inhaling healing light, exhaling discomfort, visualizing along just with the natural breath. And remember to bring the mind back if it wanders. Use the breath like an anchor and bring it back to the practice. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. The icy wind whips through your clothing and chills you to the bone. Your fingers and toes feel numb and cold. Your face feels freezing. Your nose tip is icy. Your body's feeling colder and colder, like you're outside on a freezing winter's day. Release this feeling of coldness now and replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's lazing on a tropical beach in the beautiful summer sun. The hands and the feet feel warmer. Heat radiates warmth from the abdomen all around the body. The body feels warmer and warmer, like it's lazing out in the sun on a beautiful summer's day. Release this feeling of heat now and instead replace it with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels so heavy, it feels like it's made out of lead and it's pressing against the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier, like it may even fall through the floor, it's so heavy. The body feels heavier and heavier, like it's made out of lead. Release this feeling of heaviness now and instead replace it with a feeling of lightness. The body is feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. It feels like it may even float away like a cloud in the sky at any moment. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. Release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely, and instead come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are standing outside of what looks like a temple. It's decorated very ornately with red and golden decorations everywhere. You hear the sound of music and women singing coming from inside the temple. Bells ringing, people laughing, and as you get to the front door, you open it, and people within there, mainly women in there, are very happy to see you and welcome you in. Inside the temple, there is a fire ceremony. People are chanting. The color red is everywhere. The women wear red, and inside it's decorated even more ornately. And you feel the vibration of the mantra that's going on in there, and you feel like you are strengthened, and you feel also at peace, even though there is so much noise and commotion going on around you. You feel a sense of stillness and strength within you. And you walk in further and you see what looks like, he looks like a Hindu priest or someone of that nature, who, as you walk up to him, he puts his hand on your head and says things in Sanskrit. You are unsure what he says, but you feel the warmth and the energy coming through his hand into the top of your head. And then he puts a little red tilak dot on your eyebrow center, and you feel energized and you feel healed even from whatever it is that may be disturbing you or challenging you at this time. And you feel a sense of ease and peace within your body as the women who are there are singing and dancing to what they keep singing is to Durga, the goddess Durga. And you decide, and you get caught up in it, and you start dancing with them and laughing and having a really joyous time in the temple. The energy is so positive, and you just feel pure joy in that moment. But you know now it's time to go, but you also know that you can take this feeling of peace and stillness and joy with you. And so you bring it back with you, back to your mat, lying down. Now you call to mind your Sankalpa and positive intention from the beginning of the practice. Mentally repeat it 3 times now if you have one, and if you don't, leave some space because it can emerge on its own. And begin to feel the breath now in the body, and allow the breath to deepen. And as you do, observe how the breath creates movement in the body and how it pushes the back against the floor on the inhalation. And check in with your body now to see how you're feeling compared to how you felt at the beginning of the class. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the room that you are in and the details of that room. Remember the color of your mat and clothing and the color of the walls and the floor. Remember the time of day and begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize. Begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to lie on your right side for a few moments and taking your time, eventually coming up into a comfortable sitting position. And as you do this, keep the eyes closed or downcast just to maintain the peaceful state that you've created. And we'll now move the awareness through the body once more, like we did at the beginning of the class, and just comparing how you feel now to how you felt at the beginning. So bringing the awareness up through the soles of the feet and up through the legs, up into the buttocks, into the torso, up through the fingers and the hands, up through the arms to the shoulders, and up through the back, focusing on the spine, bringing the awareness gently into the neck, to the back of the head, the crown of the head, and around into the face, before gently placing the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. And I'll chant one round of Durga part, which is the 32 names of Durga, just to keep it in line with the theme for Navaratri. So we'll begin breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Durga Durga Dishamani Durga Padmini Varini Durga Macharani Durga Sarani Durga Nashani Durga Todarani Durga Niyantri Durga Mapaha Durga Magyanada Durga Tetya Lukaravanala Durga Ma Durga Maloka Durga Matva Svarupani Durga Ma Gaprada, Durga Ma Vidya, Durga Ma Shlita, Durga Ma Jnana Samstana, Durga Ma Dhyana Basani, Durga Moha, Durga Maga, Durga Ma Tvasvarupani, Durga Ma Sura Samhantri, Durga Ma Yadidarini, Durga Mangi, Durga Mata, Durga Mya, Durga Mesvari, Durga Bhima, Durga Pama, Durga Pa, Durga Dharani. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.